Okay ji. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Now starting the next phase of the session, and this session is about the discussion of March June 2021 section C type question. Section C type question. So this is what the question examiner examined. The ZD Moore company. If you at the examination hall on the system, the structure or the layout of the section C type question is like that. Left hand side is the detail, right hand side the requirement and the spreadsheet format. So you can adjust your question bar accordingly, like this, with your convenience. Huh? Whatever the zone of comfort you have. Okay, now start the question with the requirement. A quick overview about the requirement A1, A2, then requirement B here, and then requirement C here. Three requirements here, three C requirements. And then the next question. Now start the question. The very important thing you need to consider that one moment. Okay, the very important point you have to consider that the quickly read the requirement and identify how much part related to calculation and how much part related to discussion. Number one, A1, using CAPM model, calculate ZD Moore current cost of equity and project specific cost of equity suitable for the new structure. So this is 6 marks for calculation. Referring to your calculation above, comment briefly on the view of commercial director, 2 marks. So out of 20 marks, here 6 marks for calculation, 2 marks for theory. Then discuss 3 problems ZD Moore company may be facing as a result of high level gearing. 3 problems, high level gearing, 6 marks. Then in respect of both equity and debt, discuss relationship, risk return relationship, and how affects ZD Moore company financing cost, 6 marks. Candidates at this exam, the examiner examined 6 marks, 6 marks, and 2 marks. 14 marks. 14 marks. That's theory. And 6 marks calculation. So what we were discussing yesterday, we were discussing that it may be possible that the entirety of the question paper or maybe a selected question that's 70% theory and 30% calculation. So actually we are here to discuss that how to revise our syllabus. The remaining days you have, that's almost 2 weeks. Friday, 2 Fridays. Today is Friday. Huh? It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, you have to practice the questions, or you have to practice the questions or the revision plan according to the right direction. your paper reflects almost 70% theory and 30% calculation. So overall, you have to practice or spend your time with this proportion. For example, next 2 weeks, you have to spend 100 hours of the studies. For example, for 2 weeks, 100 hours total. For example, 7 to 8 hours daily. It's approx 100 hours for 14 to 15 days. Out of 100 hours, you have to spend 70% theory, 70% time on theory and 30% on calculation. If this way of direction you moves on, definitely you will appear at 11th of March 2022 for the examination hall and open the system. In front of you, there's examination. That's also 70% theory and calculation. So your pre-work will match according to the reality. Your pre-work actually match with actual reality. But what if you close your eyes and wait for the exam? What will happen in the exam? We will see. And I will spend out of 100 hours, 2 weeks, 70% calculation or 30% theory. So go for the examination. Actually, if you do that type of behavior, you will not actually prepare for the exam. You are actually preparing for the fail. So the right strategy is a right solution is that you have to balance your studies according to the examiner expectation. Number one. Number two, theory. Number one, I will provide you the guideline how to practice the theory, but provide you the guideline. I will not provide any superficial type of thing. Then I am not able to provide any capsules or the medicine to you that you just take the medicine and then able and this and then you will be able to become a champion of the theory. No, you have to start the working of the theory and work it accordingly. If you start the theory accordingly, you will working somewhere that's plus, then minus, then plus, then minus, then plus, then minus. So based on that, something up, down, overall your position will grow. And final, the very important point, please don't ask anyone, to your teacher, to your senior, to the WhatsApp group. Don't ask this question and don't waste the time. Sir, which is the important area? Section A having 15 questions. Section B, 3 OTQs, 15 questions, 30 questions. Section C, have you observing that? Splitting the question, A1, A2, then B, then C, and C includes AND. So this one question splits in 3 to 4 components. 30 questions, section A and B, 3 to 4 split here, 3 to 4 split here. Next part, almost 35 to 38 questions examiner will examine. There is huge margin to cover all syllabus area. So can you please reply me? Can anyone in the world provide you the answer, give you the answer which part of the syllabus is important? You tell me, please, whoever taking the live session. Anyone in the world, in the real world, if it's not the part of superficial world, it's able to provide you the important theory area? Do reply me. If yes, do reply me. I will contact that guy. No, don't be shy. Do reply me. Number one. Number two, There, if I know what is the important area of theory, believe me, I will publish that important area of theory. Everything is important. Examiner concern point. Examiner concern point. Examiner concern point. It's to cover all areas of the syllabus. It's a point. And any one of you haven't covered till now, it's better to think in the manner how to smartly cover all within 14 days all syllabus area accordingly, rather than to ask someone to tell us the important theory. So this discussion is over. If someone is not able to prepare according to the examiner expectation, then what the examiner will do? Simple as that. Sameer, this is not the relevant point. If you say is that, sir, how can it possible to complete with 14 days? This is not the examiner concerned here. Examiner is also published the syllabus, also published the past papers. Now it's the candidates who have to attempt the things. You registered the paper just today. Can you please reply me? Do you registered your exam by now, by today? Say, so this is, what's your question? How can I complete the syllabus by 14 days? So this is what immature question. I'm really very sorry to say. This is immature question. Rather than, all of you must have to watch my first day video where I have identified, highlighted which area of the syllabus examine in what pattern and start the practice accordingly. Honesty is the key. Honesty is the key for any success, for any part of the success in the life. So first honesty is that good enough coverage of the entire syllabus. Good enough syllabus. Good enough syllabus means you must not be master, but good enough knowledge of entire syllabus. Plus add on the calculations. Practice with the past paper I suggested with the yesterday's session. So now it's time for the start. Can you please reply me, all of you? Is my voice clear to all of you? Can you please reply me? And based on by yesterday's session, can you please reply me? Have any one of you attempted your question by yourself? Have any one of you attempted the question by yourself? Okay, now it's my turn. No one here. The question requirement. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, class. This is the question. ZD Moore Company is a listed company in the house of construction industry. Over the past 5 years, results have been disappointing. And as a result, share price have been fallen. Share price fallen from 3.5 5 years ago to only 1.05 a day today. This deterioration in the performance and share price has been accompanied by increase in financial gearing level. Okay. So another point, increase in financial gearing level. Next point. Zedmore capital structure, that is the capital structure. That's share capital, 0.5 per share nominal value, retained earnings, long-term liabilities, 6.5% irredeemable loan notes, 7% bank loan. Moreover, Zedimore company loan notes are quoted $65 per loan note, and both loan notes and the bank loans are secured. Okay. New venture. To improve performance, Zedimore company considering the construction of the commercial properties. Considering the construction of the commercial properties. So what's the original business? House construction industry. And what they are planning for? Commercial properties. House construction industry move toward construction of the commercial papers, such as office blocks and industrial complex. This is a new activity of Zedimore company and expected that the risk involved will be different in the current activity. Which risk? Which risk? Financial risk, systematic risk, or both risk? Can anyone reply here? Financial risk, systematic risk, which one? Do remember that in FM, examiner will never examine the calculations about change in financial risk. This is an assumption. If the Zedimore is moving towards new activity and expected that risk involved will be different from the current activity, that means the systematic risk become change in systematic risk. That's a key point. The finance director has proposed that the project specific discount rate should be used. Project specific discount rate should be used to appraise the new venture. Project specific means according to the project, new discount rate of WACC need to calculate. But the commercial director does not believe this necessary. Winston's Commercial Properties undertakes commercial construction projects similar to those being considered by Zedimore. WCP has an equity. Who is WCP? What the term we can say here, WCP? Who is WCP here? Who is WCP here? The WCP here is a proxy company. Similar business, the proxy company undertakes commercial construction project similar to those being considered by ZME company. WCP has an equity beta 1.25, and WCP 100 million ordinary shares in issue, currently quoted 2.6 per $1 nominal value of ordinary shares. The company also has 110 million loan notes in issue and currently quoted 96 per $100 shares. Both companies pays tax rate, risk-free rate, and expected return on the portfolio 10%. Now, the requirement is using CAPM, Zedimore company, current cost of equity and project specific cost of equity suitable for the new venture. So number one, the part A1. I hope the screen is clear to all of you. I want a very interactive session. So do reply me irrespectively right or wrong. Number one, part A. Okay, part A. The requirement of part A is very, very clear. Cost of equity. We required cost of equity. That is current. Yes. And cost of equity, project specific. These two are the requirement. So current cost of equity is very simple, is equal to the requirement, the company, the ZD more has equity beta 2.3. RF given, and the market return is also given 10. It's very simple. Yes, is equal to 4 plus 6 multiplied by 2.3. That's equals to 17.8%. That's very simple. Yes, that is simple. 17.8%. That's a very basic answer. Now, the issue is about KE specific. KE specific. A very important point. Need to consider here. Very, very important point. Now, the first very important thing before entering this particular question, we have to make a good practice with the Excel sheet about one very important thing. For example, if I say to you that this is what about the question, this is what about the question. And other than this question, other than before applying that particular question, if I ask you that, you have to calculate and reply me beta asset. Beta asset. If I say that the company capital structure, that's equity E, 60, D, 40, tax rate. Other than this question, it's a very basic 0.25, that's 25%. And beta equity is 1.4. If I ask you that, calculate beta asset. Calculate beta asset. Can you please apply me what is the beta asset? Yes, the beta asset formula is this. that is beta equity multiplied by E divided by E plus T 1 minus T. What will be the value? Do remember that duplication of formula. Duplication of formula means, for example, this one. No marks. This is having no marks because it's already given with the exam sheet. Anything you copy with the exam sheet, you will not be able to get any marks. So calculate. There are two options to calculate. Either manual with a calculator or by system. You can easily calculate with your system. Very simple. You can easily calculate with the system. No worries about that. A very, very basic point. How to calculate? You have to put the thing like this. Is equal to 1.4 multiplied by this formula. E under bracket, that is 60, divided by, then again 60, then again bracket, 60 plus 40 multiplied by 0.75. And these are two brackets. And that is 0.93. So you can directly work out here. Means beta acid is equal to beta equity multiplied by bracket value of E divided by bracket value of E plus D multiplied by 0.75 means value after tax and double bracket. That's all. And this process is called geared to ungeared. This process is called geared to ungeared. That is the point. Candidates, can you please apply me? Is that clear? This is what a smart move. Ungeared to geared. Candidates, I need a silent for 1 minute because prayer's voice is coming here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Now, if we work out with the beta equity, that is ungeared to geared. So we have to pick the beta acid. Here the beta acid 0.93 divided by E 0.6 or 60 divided by 60 plus that's 40 multiplied by 0.75. Yes, 1.39, that is equal to 1.34, 1.4. Control C, Control V. So that is what the basic practice, how to calculate the geared to ungeared, ungeared to geared with the Excel sheet or the spreadsheet matters. Rewrite the answer having no marks. Sir, you are mentioning this 1.4 and right side you are mentioning the calculation. Do we need to present? No, it's just for the sake of you. Because examiner, once you put the formula 1.4, examiner will identify from the bar what you have done. Okay, is that clear, all of you? Is this clear, all of you? Is this clear, all of you? Is this clear, all of you? Now next. Come on. Before moving towards the question, one important thing we have to review here. Number one, if examiner asks project specific KE. So actually KE includes RF plus, risk premium and beta equity. And you people must have to know that beta equity is the representation of two risk. Is the representation of two risk. Which two risk here? Do reply me. Do reply me. Which two risks represented by the beta equity? Hello, anyone here to reply me? Beta equity is the representation of systematic and what risk? And what risk? And financial risk. That's important. Where beta acid is only the representation of systematic risk. So the point is that if we require the project specific KE, do answer me. Project specific means here we are moving toward diversify. In case of diversification, is it possible? Can we use the same bag? Can we use the same bag? Answer yes or no. Sorry, can we use same KE or beta equity? Yes or no? Can you use the same? No. Brilliant. Why? Because with with diversification, there will be change of beta asset. That is called systematic risk. That's important. There will be the change of beta asset, systematic risk. So that's an important point. So what to do now? To identify beta equity, that is systematic risk of diversified industry and financial risk. What we need to do? What we need to do? Two-step solution. Two-step. Number one, identify beta asset of diversified industry. If available, then use the beta asset. If not available, NA not available, then what to do? Using proxy beta equity and apply the process geared to ungeared. Apply the process geared to ungeared. But do remember that the proxy, we don't require any concern. We don't have any issue. We are not interested anything about the capital structure of proxy except just geared to ungeared. This is second two-step solution. Number one. Number two. Beta asset of diversified industry. Adjust with financial gearing of the existing company. This process is called ungeared to geared to identify beta equity. Once identify beta equity, that's over. That's all I have reviewed here. Now the important point with this working. KE project specific. Is this project, answer me, is this project specific about diversification or expansion? Is this about the diversification of expansion or expansion? It's about diversification. It's not existing industry. It's diversification. Very good. It's diversification. And we have to identify only the KE matter. The first thing, the important point. So now come on. The very first thing that We have to identify beta asset of proxy. And who is proxy here? WCP. WCP. So first we required the beta asset of proxy. If we require the beta asset of the proxy, so what the things we required? Number one, beta equity. What is the beta equity of proxy WCP? Quickly, do reply me. How much? How much? How much? The beta equity, 1.25. Yes, be with me. 1.25. Now the another important point, E. E means market value of equity. Quickly, how many number of shares? How many number of shares? WCP. How many number of shares? What is the price of shares? How many number of shares? 100. What is the price of share? 2.6. Where are you? Be with me. Very good. Now, D, market value of debts. Value of debts. 110 million known notes. Currently 96. Nominal 100 is equal to 100. 110 divided by 100 multiplied by 96. That is 105.6. So what is the capital structure here? This is what about the capital structure. Now we can identify the beta asset. Quickly, beta asset. Calculate the beta asset. How to calculate the beta asset? Beta asset is equal to beta equity 1.25. 1.25. 1.25 divided by, multiply by equity 260 divided by 260 plus 105.6 multiply by what is the tax rate? What is the tax rate? 0.25, that's 0.75. That is 0.958. Tax rate is 0.2. That is beta asset 0.94. Beta asset 0.94. 0.94. That is the point. Do reply me. Is that clear, all of you? Now, this process is called geared to ungeared. Geared to ungeared. Okay, now the next process. Ungeared to geared. So what's the requirement here? Come on. Number one, we know that beta asset is 0.94. Sorry. 0.94. Yes, we need beta equity. For beta equity, we also required the E of whom? ZD company. What is the ZD company equity matter? What is the capital structure of ZD company? Yes, do reply me. What is the working of the ZD company? Yes, quickly. Good one. Number one, E. 40 million divided by 0.5 multiply by the value of share (1.05). The shares fallen from 3.5 to 1.05. 1.05. That's very good. E. Now here there are two debts. Number one, debts, loan notes. Number two, debts, bank loan. There are two loan notes. Okay, calculate. There are two loan notes. Number one, bank loan is simple. That is 20. And the loan notes is equal to 250 divided by 100. And what is the market value? Multiply by 65. That is 162.5. And D total $182.5. 182.5. Here examiner twist you more than one debts. Now beta equity is equal to beta asset 0.94 divided by E 84 divided by 84 plus 182.5 multiplied by 0.8. That is 2.57. That is 2.57. And this is what about beta equity. Now cost of equity with project specific is equal to 4 plus 6 multiplied by 2.57. 19.42. Don't write the complete formula. Is equal to 19.42. And that is what part A requirement. That is 17.8% and 19.42%. Is that clear? How use the Excel functions, spreadsheet functions with respect to the calculation of beta equity movements. This is the first point, the very important point. And that is what 6 marks you have done. Using CAPM, calculate ZD more current cost of equity and project specific cost of equity suitable for new venture. Now, the 2 marks referring to your calculations above. Comment briefly on view of commercial director. Comment briefly on view of commercial director. What commercial director says? Here, commercial director does not believe necessary. That is 2 marks. Now, if I ask you that, how you will avail these 2 marks? How you will avail those 2 marks? What you will write? What you will write? Do reply me. Comments. 2 marks. Do let me know what you will write. What you will write? Comments on both game. No, I am not asking that any blah blah blah. I will write this, I will write this. Whatever you will actually write it. Whatever you, assuming that you are sitting in the examination hall. Write it. Now listen carefully. Now it's time for, as per my commitment with this boot camp, I will tell you about exam technique. Exam technique with respect to section C theory. Exam technique with respect to section C theory. Very important. Candidates, what you should do next 2 weeks on a daily basis, you have to pick one question. 1 or 2 question of the section C with this sequence. That's I have already referred yesterday. With this sequence. 2 question or 1 question. Ideally 2 question or at least 1 question. Take out and practice in this manner. And what you and apply this technique, whatever I'm telling you. Believe me, you will be able comfortably to qualify your exam. But do this. What you should do to handle the section C type question of theory, where examiner like this question, 20 marks question, out of 20, only 6 marks calculation, 14 marks theory. So what to do. A clear answer. The smart technique. The technique is that, and this, you will not become master just to listen or watching the video of this smart technique. You will be the master once you will apply as much as possible. Number one, whenever you are working with section C theory, the first very important thing is plan your answer. What I said, before attacking, you have to plan your answer. And planning includes two components. Plan includes two components. Number one, time management. Number two, marks management. Time management, the rule, you have approx 180 minutes for 100 marks. So that means 1.8 minutes, and you people know very well, each mark. So number one, be committed. Be committed that you have to write the answer with particular time. That if you have 2 marks, that means multiply by 1.8 is equal to 3.6 minutes. Your 3.6 minutes, 1 minute for planning, 1 minute for plan, and 3.6 minute for writing, means execution. If you practice the thing accordingly, you will be perfect to calculate these things in your mind. Okay, there's a 6 marks question. I have 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes for planning and 6 minutes for execution. Go for that. Make a timer start. Do commit me. If I'm telling you some techniques, will you apply for the rest of the days? If you are not committed, then it's a waste of time. Only limited persons are committed here. Number one, the time management. Strict with time management. Number two, the another important point, marks management. Marks management means, sir, what is the meaning of the marks management? How much to write? How much to write? Always write your answer according to the marks allocation. Marks allocation. Here, 2 marks. 2 marks means 2 well explained point. 2 well explained point. 2 well explained points here. Sir, what is the meaning of well explained? Well explains doesn't mean not bullet. Not bullet. Number one, it's not bullet. Not too much texty. Control your emotions. I have to write 2 points. That means finally 2 precise points here. to complete and precise points here. Another important point. Whatever you will write, if examiner asks some question with reference to the question, with your answer, connect with the case. Connect with the case. Answer must not be generic. If examiner asks generic one, no matter it is. If examiner asks something about the case, related to case, you have to connect the things with the case. So first thing, once again, plan, hear the case. What to write, that should be in your mind. Means before attacking the answer in a very hurry manner, means a guy, a person, a student who is just writing without planning. Without planning means without time management. Without planning means without plan about that, what to write. Just start writing. That's the wrong direction. That's the wrong direction. At the end of the exam, someone asked to that student, have you completed your paper? That reply, yes. Second question, have you completed your paper according to the examiner requirement? According to the examiner expectation? The answer will be no, I don't know. And at the end of the result day, students are curious that why I become fail. You fail because you perform your answer not according to the management of the time and management of the marks, not according to the examiner expectation. That is the point. For example, if there is the case here, and if I want to write something with the comment matter, before starting that, I know that 2 marks, 2 well precise points. And here director says that use the same discounted. You have to mention that 2 important points about number 1, risk and return. You have to mention that the discount rate related to the project is based on the relevant area of the risk, and evaluate the project return according to the identified risk. Number 1, the first point. If we use the same discount rate, and here the discount rate, if we use 17.8% discount rate for diversified project, that means the NPV of the project will result higher one, because this diversified project having higher discounted, higher risk, higher discounted. You can refer that. The company existing beta is 1.25, but the beta equity with project specific is 2.57. So you will mention that you will be able to get wrong decision by evaluating investment with NPV. If you use the same project, if you use the same discounted, the NPV will be higher as compared to maybe project acceptable, but reality project should not be acceptable with the higher rate. Risk and return, you will refer the beta equity, beta as well. So 2 points and make the writing. So what you should do, plan your answer. I have 3.6 minutes. 1 minute I have to plan. Plan in your mind what 2 points I will answer. Plan in your mind, or maybe plan on the scratch card. Risk and return. It's your wish. Some of the people, some of the human beings who plan the things in your mind. Some of the human beings who plan the things by writing. Decision by NPV. I must say you must have to be stick with the time management and then what to write accordingly. Even though after that, if you plan an answer, if you plan this answer and after planning, you have done execution. You have done this. Then check your answer with, then check your answer or match your answer with solution. Sometime the answer match, sometime you will up and sometime you will down. Don't worry. Keep moving. Keep moving. If you become down, keep moving. Just stand up, move on. Because life in a manner zigzag. If something flat, in the medical term, the vital flat, the dead. Life means something zigzag. And this zigzag is a growth. Are you getting the point? How you will handle the thing accordingly? Can you please reply me? Now, one very important thing here. Whatever we have done till now, we have to compare the answer. By the way, these are the 2 points. It's good. It's better to work out the things with the headings. It's good, but not necessary. These 2 points. Please, can you please read it? The project specific K is higher than cost of equity. This is the case reference. You can incorporate the numbers as well, indicating higher return needed shareholder to compensate higher risk. Number one, make a statement, clear statement. So important thing is that student just read the solution, just listen the lecture, but not start practicing the thing. The important thing is that whatever you want to write exam, write it now. Practice this with these platforms. Number two, appraising venture using existing KE as advised by the commercial director. This is what the case reference. Like this, incorporating the numbers 19, 17. That's called link with the case. Would therefore result overstatement of NPV, leading to an incorrect decision. That is the point. This is complete point. Is this the bullet point? No. Is this the very texty answer? No. This is complete, precise answer. I'm not saying that you must be perfect. Believe me, always consider 100. So you will be able to get 70, 80, 90. No one is perfect. Perfect is only one. That's Allah, God. The human being is only for the sake of keep moving, keep put efforts. The success, yes or no, the fail or the result, it depends on the discretion of Allah. So keep working, keep working. And do remember that 2 things where Allah says that the destiny can change. The destiny can change. Allah will change the destiny with 2 things. Number one, prayers, including the parent prayers. Number two, your hard effort. Allah says that if you put hard efforts, if you take the prayers, if you pray, then I will even change your destiny. So you can develop your own destiny. You have remaining 2 weeks. Put it now. Do your best. That is the point. Now it's point, what examiner yes, this part that we have already done it. Just identify what examiner comments related to the mistakes. It is important that candidates recognize whether expected return market is given risk premium, as this will affect the answer. It's not a risk premium, it's market and RF. In this example, expected return market provided. Okay. Formula sheet available. Yes. Many candidates have erroneously used book values and or ignore taxation. So that's an important point. Always calculate the WACC on market values and never ignore the taxation. Incorrect tax rates. Not always 25%, here 20%. Here, the calculation should be done using a spreadsheet, but ensuring that markers are able to clearly see all workings and hence determine where any errors have originated. Sometimes students, what students do, directly do the manual calculation, calculate and put the figure on the cell. Do remember that if you do that, examiner not able to assess that how you drive the value. Because remember that if you mention some working, for example here, our project is specific, this 2.57, the working clearly mentioned this bar. For example, if we have a mistake, we have done 30% tax rate and this is 2.37. So examiner will highlight or identify that the mistake already mentioned in the bar, that 0.7 or 0.8. If someone directly calculate and put the answer, then how can examiner identify? With this scenario, examiner will cut you limited marks, just about a text, 0.5. But in case you not mentioning the working, then and something is casting error, examiner will deduct all the marks. Okay. The difficulty in part A1 was reading through the detail and scenario to pick out the figure needed calculation. The formula seems daunting, but remember it is given in formula sheet. Okay. A little practice, similar example will get through. It does require some planning, and then correct use of a spreadsheet to make the calculation easier. You need to practice these skills before sitting the exam. It's not me, it's no examiner. overall candidates need to understand and explain. Yes, this one. Overall, candidates need to understand and explain, explain. Change in risk as per calculation. Candidate need to understand risk return principle, yes. And the impact on investment decision. Higher risk, higher return. If we are taking wrong discount rate, that will impact on the NPV. Having comparison of two equities here, current 7.1, 7.8 and 19.5. Recognizing that later is higher and higher risk, higher return required to shareholder accepting lower project. In addition, some discussion on the wrong rate potentially leading to wrong decision taking needed. Some students just agreed or disagreed with commercial director, but needed to go beyond say anyway. Okay, it's not anything special with respect to this comments, except that the working structure. Now candidates take a 10-minute break. Then we will discuss. This particular point. Next area. That is B and C part of the question. Thank you very much. Take a break. 10 minutes. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Now the next one. We will discuss the C part of the session. C part. The same thing apply with the rule, whatever we discuss the theoretical aspect with the C part. What the question is, in respect of both equity and debts, discuss risk return relationship and how it affects ZMore financing cost. So there are 6 marks question, but two different things. Number one, examiner ask risk return relationship. So you have to make heading about this. Very clear. Before and after end, having two different requirements. And number two, the companies, the ZMores, Z companies, effect on Z companies finance cost. So first thing is very clear. Whatever examiner asks you, you have to clear heading and reply accordingly. So question once again, in respect of both debt and equity, discuss risk related return relationship and how affect the finance cost. So whatever you think, write it down. 6 marks in 10.8 minutes. At least 2 minutes you can spend on planning that what to write. Because for this 3 marks, number one, 3 marks, number two, 3 marks. So at least for 3 marks, 2 well-explained points. Now write it. You have a time. Quickly. Very simple, especially for the first part. The first part is only about risk and return. Higher the risk, higher the return, lower the risk, lower the return. That's all. Just exaggerate the answer accordingly. One minute. Okay, now it's my turn. Have you done it? That's good. So number one, examiner asking here, discuss about the risk return relationship related to both debt and equity. So the term here we will use investor, because debtor is also investor and equity holder is also investor. And we will what we will discuss here. The first paragraph we will discuss generically what the relationship between risk and return. You will justify initially the rational investor. All the rational investor must have to invest and get the return according to the risk. Where higher the risk, we are getting the higher return. Lower the risk, we are getting lower return. Normally, equity holder getting more returns. Sorry, more risk. So they are asking more returns. Here the case, for example, here the case, KE increases as the level of debts increases. As the level of debts increases. Now this things will affect same on here, because at second part, examiner asking that whatever you discuss before end, you have to apply after end. How it affects ZD Moore company's finance cost. So ZD Moore company's finance cost, it's about, here the finance cost is higher. So two things important. Number one, equity holder. Number two, debt holder. Equity holder having higher risk. Why? Because they are not secured. Dividends is not confirmed. Debt holders getting lower return because lower risk. Sometimes they be secured. In this particular case, the company level of debts is very much higher. So all the risk actually taken by the equity holder, getting the lower return in case of the fluctuation. But debt holder will receive all the returns as mentioned. So these things you have to highlight here. And this is what about the answer. For 3 marks, at least you have to mention these 2 points. Number one by one. An investor required return will be determined. Any investor required return will be determined primarily by the risk. Any investor, if investment carry high risk, then higher return to compensate the risk. Low risk, low return. And this relationship, actually, based on this relationship, the company will arrange the finance. If I want 100,000 rupees, so if I'm going to arrange with equity finance, I have to pay more because they are taking more risk. We have to pay more return as compared to debts. So this is what about the risk relationship. Then connect with the case ZD Moore. The risk return relationship with this related to shareholder and debt holder. Here the one statement about equity holder, one about the debt holder. That is all. One thing about equity holder, one thing about debt holder. That's all. So this is the model answer. It's not compulsory that you have to write all the things. It's not compulsory. But the important point is that you have to practice the thing in this manner. Plan your answer, write your answer, compare your answer, then move on. Irrespectively, right or wrong. Make a timer, marks management, time management, all these things. So candidates, what do you say that? Is that clear, all of you? Do reply me here. Furthermore, if we move towards that particular question, another question, this is what the question about. This is what the question about NPV. This is what the question about NPV. And this is what about the question of NPV. 11 marks. Calculate equivalent annual cost, that asset replacement decision, and 4-year replacement intervals, and advise which replacement interval to adopt. Do remember that after and the requirement become change. Here examiner have independent different marks. Means this 11 marks includes 9 calculation and 2 for advice. So here 9 marks for calculation. Moreover, discuss why replacement should base upon EAC. 4 marks. Why EAC, not NPV? That is based on regular studies. NPV is about, actually EAC is equivalent annual cost, is about the cost decision. NPV will provide total cost, but EAC actually provide per annum cost. So that's why. Discuss why discounted cash flow are considered superior than non-discounted cash flow. 5 marks. Out of 20, 9 marks calculation, 11 marks theory. So what's your responsibility? Have to attempt the question in that manner. And this is what about the basic question. It's not very much technical. So candidate, that is all about today's session. Thank you very much about this session. I hope that you have observed, you have identified very core thing, especially with respect to the theoretical aspect, how to handle that. So I will appreciate if you provide the feedback about the today's session, what you have learned. That's good. So thank you very much about today's session. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.